Hey, what's up everybody? Review Man right here, and today I am reviewing a classic American story written by a guy over in England in 1843, December 1843 to be precise. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Now, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is about this dude, this mean old dude named Ebenezer Scrooge. And Ebenezer is this filthy old miser who doesn't want a dang thing to do with anybody, not even his family. And Scrooge has this guy named working with him named Bob Cratchit, which has a sixth son named Tiny Tim. But we'll get to that later. And Bob Cratchit is working for Ebenezer on old Christmas Eve, and he asks Ebenezer, "Hey Ebenezer, boss, can I go home early?" And he said, "Nah, it's Christmas Eve. We gotta sit here and count the money." And he said, "My son, I want to be with my family." He's like, "Bah, humbug, I want to sit here and count my money. Money, 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 money." He's sort of like a Mr. Krabs almost. Actually, Mr. Krabs cares about his people. But anyway, that's enough of that. So, he said, "Alright, you can go on home, but be here first thing in the morning." And then he said, "But boss, it's Christmas." The boss is like, "I don't care. We gotta count money, money, money. You keep Christmas your way. I keep it mine." And so he's walking down the road. He locks up. Bob Cratchit goes home. Ebenezer goes home, and he's like, "Get out of my way. I'm sick of Christmas. I'm sick of Christmas." And so, yeah. And he gets home. He lights a fire, has himself some supper, and he gets ready for bed. And he's laying in the bed, and he hears a spirit saying, "Ebenezer, Ebenezer." He's like, "Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that be? Who that be?" And he says, I am the ghost of Jacob Marley, your dead assistant." And he said, Jacob, what's with all these chains?" He's like, "This is my burden, and if you do not change your way, there will be your burden too. You will have these chains. You will be visited by 3 spirits. At the stroke of every hour, you will be visited by 3 spirits. And if you do not change your way, my fate will be yours." And he's like, "Bah, humbug, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of any of you spirits. Bring on the ghost. Bring on the ghost." And so he says, and so he's waiting for the ghost. It turns 1 a.m. Oh yeah, by the way, the Jacob Marley's ghost came at midnight. It's 1 a.m. and he's like, and then he's the first ghost. The first ghost is the ghost of Christmas past. And he says, "Ebenezer, I am the ghost of..." No, that's... "Ebenezer, I am the ghost of Christmas past. Come with me and I'll show you the error of your ways in the past." And so Ebenezer said, "I'm not coming with you." And then he takes him back anyway. And so he takes Ebenezer back to the town whenever he was a young child, enjoying Christmas before he got obsessed with doing money and lost all of his family and lost everybody else. And so Ebenezer and his girl is dancing. Ebenezer and his girlfriend are dancing and having a good time. And so they go to this bench, and he's like, "Baby, hey, I'm gonna do money with my life. I don't need you or anybody else." He's like, "Ebenezer, I don't know who you are anymore." And then so he should have kissed the girl. He should have made like Sebastian and kissed the girl. That was it. Epic rap battle reference. Oh yeah, I'm going to get to that later too. So anyway, he does that. And so he's like, "That was the error of my ways in the past. I should have done this, or else I wouldn't have ended up like I am." And he's like, "Well done, Ebenezer. Well done. You have not seen the error of your ways just yet. You have 2 more chances to be a good man, or else you will perish and be dead and gone, and no one's going to care about you." And he's like, "Bring on the next ghost." Then 2 o'clock comes. And then Ghost of Christmas Present comes. And he sees... And the Ghost of Christmas Present takes him to Ebenezer's family and Bob Cratchit's house. And But when he goes to Bob Cratchit, when he goes to his family's house, he's like, whatever. Here's the old Ebenezer. Everybody's sitting on the turkey and family and all that, Christmas hams and dinners, and he's like, here the old Ebenezer made the old Scrooge rot. And they're trying to like say good things about him, but there's really nothing good to be said about a man that's grouchy and crunchy chicken. So yeah, anyway, he's then they go to Jacob Marley's then they go to Cratchit's house, and Cratchit is a poor dude working for one of the richest, Scroogiest dudes in London, and so they go to Bob Cratchit's house, and old Cratchit, he's sitting down to dinner, and he's got a few kids, a wife, and Tiny Tim, which is stricken to death. And if Ebenezer doesn't give the ghost, if Ebenezer doesn't give him some money for the treatment, Tiny Tim would die. And so that's what Ebenezer can do to help out Bob Cratchit, is to give him some money for Tiny Tim's treatment. And so he says, "Oh, Tiny Tim is gonna die. I don't want old Tiny Tim to die. Oh, I should have been better off the Bob Cratchit." And he's like, "Very good, Ebenezer. You have learned this lesson well. You have one more spirit, and if you do not straighten up and fly right, you will die." And so he goes and then the spirit disappears, and then the last ghost comes up at 3 o'clock, and I'm gonna do what the wrap up this part. I'm going to do the rap, what the epic rap people did. I'm gonna do the verse that Death did. Boo! You're gonna die with no one to love you and no one to cry. All alone with your last dying breath, with Tiny Tim innocent blood on your hands. And so that just basically means, if you don't straighten up and fly right and be a good guy to people, you're gonna die alone. Nobody's gonna love you and nobody's gonna cry. Boo! You're gonna die with no one to love you and no one to cry. Alone on the last dying breath with Tiny Tim's innocent blood on your hands. And so Ebenezer's like, yo, I get the point. I'm gonna be a good guy. It's Christmas. I'm gonna start being a good guy to people. And so, yeah. Ebenezer learns the error of his ways, and he's learning to be a good guy to everybody and a friend to all people is what he will become. It's Christmas. He hasn't missed his chance to be different. And in the words of old Tiny Tim, God bless us everyone. And then at the end of it, he goes to Bob Cratchit's house, buys a big turkey, a big ham, and shares it with his family and gives. And old Tiny Tim is like, it's Christmas. God bless us everyone. And so, yeah, that was A Christmas Carol. It's got a good story to it. Good moral lessons. And this has been made into several movies. Like A Muppet's Christmas, Scrooged with old Bill Murray. Oh yeah, and A Muppet's Christmas is where Kelsey Grammer from Frasier plays Scrooge, and then all the Muppets play the Muppets. It also has been made it's also been made by Mickey Mouse. I think it's like Disney's A Christmas Carol with Scrooge McDuck. And even one of my favorite ones, Epic Rap Battles of History, has did this, and they get like 3 different characters to play the Ghost of Christmas. Actually 4. You got Donald Trump playing Jacob Marley. You got J.P. Morgan. You got Kanye West, and you got Death playing all 4 ghosts of the all 4 of the ghosts. And it's a pretty good telling of the story. I'm gonna leave a link to that below. And yeah. Oh yeah, also this movie has been made by, it was a Disney movie. They redid it like a few years back with Jim Carrey playing Scrooge. Jim Carrey was basically playing all the main characters in this movie. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that was it. I'm coming up on 10 minutes. That was it. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. Don't be a Scrooge to people. Do kind things. Be nice to people. And I will see y'all guys in the next video. Also, if you want to leave me a subscribe, hit that button right there. I'm Josh, the Review Man. Peace out, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. And don't be a Scrooge. Or else you're going to be like Death says, boo, you're going to die. Boo, you're going to die. With no one to love you and no one to cry. Alone, on the last dying breath was tiny some innocent blood on your hands. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get out of here before I suggest you, before y'all get caught up on our rapping. So yeah, guys, that's about it. Check out a video over here. Check it out over here. Check out another video I've done, and check out some related videos. Show people on YouTube. Great Christmas. And I will see y'all guys in the next video. Peace. Love you guys. Merry Christmas.